Hi everybody, my name is Brandon Correa and today I'm going to be talking to you about Chapter 22, which is telepresence. To give you an idea about what we're going to be talking about, I'm going to have 4 points for you today. What is telepresence, the background of telepresence, recent developments, and current status of telepresence. So to begin, what is telepresence? I wasn't really sure when I started this chapter, and come to find out, telepresence is a series of technologies that allow for face-to-face meetings between people who are separated geographically. So essentially, right now, me recording this video to you is telepresence. We are separated geographically. I can tell you that I'm in a different time zone than many of you, as I'm in Texas and I'm in the Central Time Zone. So we can all relate to this chapter really well because with all of us being online students, we are constantly communicating with people who are separated from us geographically. Telepresence aims to create an environment where real-to-life participants interact in a shared boardroom even though they may be separated by thousands of miles. And again, I'm separated from Virginia at least by thousands of miles. The enabling technologies that compromise what is referred to as telepresence include video conferencing, which is the use of video to facilitate meetings, video telephony, I'm not sure if I said that right, but use of video for person-to-person communication, and telerobotics, which is the use of video to manipulate objects at a distance, and then avatar-based virtual presence. The goal of telepresence is to provide immediate, deep feedback to meetings, group communication, settings, and to remote operations such as telerobotics. And if you look at our slide, I have a slide for teleconference continuum, and it kind of shows like from where we've gone to from most natural to least natural. It includes instant messaging, audio conferencing, and compressed video, for example. So now that you know what telepresence is, I'm going to give a little bit of a background explanation of telepresence. The technology for telepresence has actually existed for years. Telepresence has been around since the invention of the telephone. The telephone allowed people for the first time to converse in real time even though they were separated physically. Telepresence is more involved today than a telephone conversation. For instance, if we were on the phone right now, you wouldn't be able to see my face and you wouldn't be able to see my facial expressions, but because there is video conferencing now, this allows you to see my facial expressions, it allows you to get to know me a little bit better, and you can put a face to the actual voice. So that's just one example of how it's more involved today. In 2005, audio conferencing was credited with over 20 billion minutes of use per year, had an annual unit volume growth rate of 20%, and was the most commonly used form of teleconferencing. Competition now stems mainly from the availability of free audio conferencing services on the web. I'm sure many of you Skype. My husband's in the military. I have a lot of friends who are deployed right now, and my friends, their wives are constantly talking to them on Skype and FaceTime. I know I have an iPhone and I have FaceTime on my phone. I can talk to my brother from my FaceTime on my phone to the FaceTime on his iPad. So it's just all this free audio that we have. I mean, technically we are buying the computers and the iPhones, but you don't have to pay for Skype. The assumption behind video conferencing, usually unquestioned, has been the closer the medium can come to stimulate face-to-face communications, the better. So as I said before, you're able to see my facial expressions, you'll be able to put a face to my voice. It's so much better than just talking to you on the telephone. Despite the difficult past, new technologies have allowed video conferencing to deliver on its promises. We have high-def TV, which images are sharp. Broadband fiber optic cable has replaced telephone lines, and the equipment is often installed in studios that are handsome and appropriately corporate. Today, the video conferencing industry is undergoing an important transformation. Social adoption of new collaborative and communicative technologies, improvements to digital compression, and an increased focus on remote communication and collaboration driven by globalizations have allowed video conferencing and telepresence to align decade-old concerns and provide real tangible benefits in the workplace. Whereas video conferencing and telepresence are about see me on the computer, or web conferencing is about see what I see. So right now, I'm doing more see me giving you this presentation. Now later on, you'll look at my PowerPoint as you're going through this video, but that's not exactly see what I see. See what I see would be if I had you streaming into my computer and I had my PowerPoint or any kind of visual over here, and you see what I see as if I was in a business and I needed you to see numbers. At the most basic level, computer conferencing is a written form of a conference call. I can tell you this, I totally understand. My dad works from home. His office is from home. He's an insurance agent, and he's constantly on conference calls and video chats with other men in the area about the churches that they insure. So this is a very popular form of communication. Another form of computer conferencing takes the advantages in the ability to time shift. A presentation via webcasting, many meetings are actually one-way presentation with limited questions and answers. That is exactly what I'm doing right now. You may watch this tomorrow, you may watch this 2 days from now, you may watch this right before the assignment is due to reply. That is a time shift because I'm obviously not right there talking to you then. So, recent developments. Past circumstances have led corporate IT managers to take a long, hard look at telepresence and other collaboration tools in light of rapidly expanding corporate communication needs and converging technologies. Several businesses and IT-related trends are contributing to the trend toward unified communication, but the largest is the growth of the virtual workplace, in which an increasing number of employees work in a location that is different from their other coworkers or managers. For my dad, for example, his employees communicate and collaborate through telephone and internet instead of person. And that is what my dad's company did. He used to have an office and they shut it down because they realized they would save more money because all the guys already had home offices as well. And so now they all communicate via conference calls or web chats and so forth. So the companies are saving more money and the employees are still able to communicate. So the current status. As technologies have expanded, morphed, and matured, teleconferencing options have transformed and expanded as well. Teleconferencing is no longer a simple conference call, nor is it exclusively the domain of a complex two-way high-definition video hookup. 15 years ago, a standard video conferencing system could cost $75,000 or more. Now, PC-based webcams and software available for a few $100s. Making video conferencing much more attractive than ever before. My husband and I just bought our new desktop computer, and it was under $300, and the webcam came in the computer. I didn't even have to go out and buy a webcam to add to my computer. Most laptops all come with webcams now. This is something that we're not having to spend a lot of money on, which is why it has just advanced so far, because everyone is constantly telecommunicating through telepresence, of course. So, audio conferencing has also jumped on the bandwagon. Web-based conferences systems are rapidly gaining popularity. According to Wayne House Research, 75% of small business respondents see the ability to use web conferencing to reach more people and save time and travel costs as its major benefits. Also, 59% said it made meetings more productive. Web conferencing is seeing an upturn as employees seek to save time and cut travel costs during the latest economic downturn by interviewing job candidates using Skype. I just talked to one of my friends who's getting married next year, and she was telling me how she was just doing a job interview through Skype. I mean, these are things that are totally applicable to our lives because this is how we're living. We are living in this society where we are talking to our coworkers through webcams and Skype and through any other form except for face-to-face. So that leads me into our questions to ponder. First, does the implementation of telepresence in the business field, education field, and our personal lives allow people to be less authentic in their communication when they are involved with face-to-face communication? My second question is, with telepresence on the rise and the perfection of technology, do you think that eventually face-to-face business meetings will become obsolete? That there will be no more face-to-face meetings whatsoever for companies because they're saving time and money and they're getting more productivity using web chat conference calls? And finally, as Christians, how can we use telepresence as a tool to fulfill the Great Commission? I hope you enjoyed my lecture, and I hope that you read this chapter because there is so much information in it and it really does apply to our lives. Thanks, and have a great end of the semester.